Jerry was out there, was like doing what, blow with Mickey. He was like, "Oh, you gotta try this," and then he was just like,
They started fucking a bat, then they funked a pangolin, and the pangolin, like the funny thing with pangolins is they always look like they're about to deliver you some like really sad news, like, "Sire, the prisoners, well, they've escaped."
I'm just saying, because like, why was Mickey giving back shots to that bat? Welcome to Just About Anything podcast. I'm here with my host, Raging Raccoon, telling people what's up, man.
What's going on, guys?
Sure, yes sir, yes sir. Next we have Matt Tatter. Welcome. Say what's up to the people, man.
What's good, boys?
Yes, sir. We on episode 2 of the podcast, trying to come out every single Thursday, every week, if not every other week. So be on tuned and be on lookout for that, and hopefully one day we'll also be on Spotify for your audio listeners as well. Raging, tell the people what we're talking about today, bro.
Oh, so we were kind of just sitting down, just kind of figuring out what we want to talk about this week, and we one of our biggest pastimes is watching anime between all three of us, and we thought, well, why don't we just sit down and talk about our favorite animes, mangas, anime video games, whatever. That's just what we're going to talk about, and we're going to dissect, and we're going to talk about certain things, we're going to discuss certain things and why things happen.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Nah. John, since you're the littlest person when it comes to anime, why don't you tell us what you know and what you grew up on?
I mean, it's the same that pretty much everybody around our age group grew up on. It's got to be Dragon Ball Z. That was like the big intro to it.
It's probably the best anime from the 90s and 2000s.
I don't know about best anime. I think as younger kids and doing dumb shit, just blasting Kamehameha ways, definitely. But I feel like as we grew up, that shit started looking kind of... Huh?
Kamehameha ways? What?
That thing too.
Kamehameha?
Yeah, whatever the dog just said in my ear. Yeah, it was a plot. It was a plot.
The dog was in on it the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Super Saiyan dog bone. But I really feel like, I don't know, I feel like Dragon Ball as kids was more of a nostalgia feeling as you grow up. Because there's more flaws in that shit now than I've ever noticed. But as a youth, it's depth. I will 100% say it's like, it's in a category of its own. I can't put it in top 3 because it's its own thing.
I definitely feel like growing up, though, like, you're kind of innocent to a lot of the jokes that were in Dragon Ball because some of the things kind of went over your head. Almost kind of like SpongeBob. Like, if you look at SpongeBob as like a kid show, like all the references that you don't get until you're like a young adult going, like actually become an adult is absolutely insane. But the same principle applies here. That there's so many references and so many like obscure things that they say that like you didn't catch as kids. You were just more worried about who's beating each other's asses the entire time, and that's all we cared about.
Oh, yeah. Facts.
But there was so many plot holes. That show had more plot holes than anything I've ever watched in my life.
And I was still there watching 18 episodes for them to blow up Namek. Every single time. They just kept redoing it. Kai, Ball, Z. I'm like, it just never ended.
We're talking about this, and for the viewers, you guys we didn't even talk about this, but there was a meme that I put into our chat. And it said, who is the least evil out of all these 4 Dragon Ball villains? You had Frieza, you had Kid Buu, Goku Black, and Cell. Now, if you guys want to comment who you think is the least evil, you can go ahead. But I still want to talk about this because I feel like your whole thing about Kid Buu being the least evil, I think it's kind of dumb.
It's not. He's just a freaking idiot. He's not evil. He's just an idiot.
He's pure.
He's negative chromosomes. He's negative chromosomes. That's it.
He's missing something.
He's missing chromosomes. Any person that starts beating their chest saying, "Hoo, hoo, hoo," either you're saying on the low, or you're just an idiot, and it might be both.
I'm still gonna say though, out of the four, that Cell is the least evil, and literally the reason why Cell was the least evil is, as an android, his whole programming was just to fight Goku. It was to get to his perfect form to fight Goku. Now, yeah, he killed people to get there, and he ate some people to get there to absorb their powers. But in all, like compared to what the other three did, he's the least evil out of all three, in my opinion. He really just wanted to fight Goku. He didn't care about anything else.
Frieza was straight up racist.
Frieza is a racist.
I love it. That's storytelling right there, boy.
Frieza's, yeah. Frieza, Goku Black, like, tried to erase an entire timeline completely. Like, pretty fucking evil, dog. Don't know about you, but I think that's pretty evil.
Yeah, but I feel like least evil is still Boo. Most evil,
It's probably Zamasu.
nah, because Zamasu was just butthurt that Goku beat him. That was it. There's not really else anything that's more evil. You just got mad PP, small PP energy. That was all it is. That was just it. You're not mad about anything else. This little monkey beat me. All right, get over it. Suck it up.
It's literally why he was mad too. I mean, Frieza's definitely the most sadistic, psychopathic, sociopathic. He doesn't care. He'll just kill he'll just destroy planets as he can.
I would say, go for it, bro.
For somebody that's as mouthy and talks as much shit as Frieza does, that man got his cheeks clapped more than any other villain in the entire DBZ universe.
It's facts. It's facts.
He got finished by everybody.
Yeah, he definitely got his ass beat by everybody, and then he comes back with his fucking golden form, and still gets his ass whooped.
Mm-hmm. Because I think the consensus was he didn't have any training. So he was just using it, but he didn't have proper training to use it to actually keep the form strong enough to last out. With
Okay.
Because I think Vegeta went to fight him first. Goku wanted to fight him first, but Vegeta was like, nah, I'm gonna run these hands. In the movie, Goku then fought him, lost. Whis had to turn back the world. Therefore, technically Frieza called a dub. Destroy the planet. Whis was like, yo, you need to stop playing around, Goku. Beat him right this time. Well, I'm not doing this a second time. So,
man, Future Trunks popped up and finished him and his daddy in 30 seconds.
It's facts.
With a sword, not even with the hands.
Future Trunks is wild, dog.
Future Trunks is the dumbest thing they ever put in there, and I'll keep saying it.
Would you say it's Future Gohan or Future Trunks is the dumbest? I would say Future Gohan's pretty goated.
Future Trunks is definitely trasher. Because, okay, and like, we talked about this in chat, but let me explain this to the viewers out there. I explained that Future Trunks is multiple Future Trunks. There's that Future Trunks that you see in Super is different from the one that you see in Z because of the hair color. But they say it's the same timeline. That's not true. That Future Trunks died because when they destroyed Dr. Gero's lab, and Cell was under there. That Cell version didn't die because there was a lab underneath it, which caused that version of Cell to hibernate, come back alive, kill that version, because that Cell killed a version of Trunks that was about to go into the past. And I know, right? This is sounding even stupider. Killed a future version of Trunks to go to the past, literally hatch a cocoon after years of hibernating, then come back as Cell because that future of Trunks was back from the future to come back to the present because the androids were killing everybody, and Goku died early because of his heart disease. Mm-hmm. So them destroying the lab didn't mean anything because the Dr. Gero had a lab under that lab, which caused that version of Cell, I guess, to speed up the process of being born before he was ready to actually metamorphosize, is the word, I guess.
Is that not the same Cell from Superhero?
No. Well, I think so. I didn't watch the one with Gohan's new transformation, so I can't really say yes or no.
I feel like that's
But
the one that is
And Cell
that
did
gets
all that work to get his cheeks clapped by a
Again.
12-year-old.
again.
with a new form, and then Piccolo just turned orange. He just
Oh, no.
became the Kraft Mac and Roti and Cheese commercial guy.
I'm
He
not
literally-
even talking about the movie. I'm talking about in like the whole series. He did all that fucking work just to get fucked up by a 12-year-old Gohan.
I just gotta say, Piccolo went from looking like a pickle to looking like a cheese curd or like a cheese puff, and that's literally his entire transformation.
It really is. That was such a letdown for me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was so wild. Like he's obviously he's more fucking powerful, but it was more so he went from green to orange, and I'm like, so he's a rotten pickle,
right? And now they confirmed that every demon with every character with pointed ears is a demon from hell. So you know how Goku and Vegeta have Super Saiyan God form? They're saying whoever trains you, when you reach that next level, that key is who you adapted for. So if Whis or Beerus, whoever train them, they have God key. So Gohan, being trained for Piccolo all his life, has demon key. So that form is demon form.
So his beast form is a demon form.
His beast form is a demon form, which is gas. I'm not gonna lie. Which is weird because I thought at one point that Gohan was a legendary Super Saiyan, and then they're like, no, Broly's technically the legendary Super Saiyan, but Broly can't control his form. But now Broly is training with Whis and Beerus on the side to control that form, and I don't think we ever saw anything of him since after the movie.
He was too busy watching Goku and Vegeta fight each other the entire time that everything was going on with Gohan and Piccolo.
Like, I think in the anime, Goku can't even train around Broly like that, because every time he hears Kakarot, he thinks of
The fucking crib.
the crib of him crying, which is the dumbest thing for that character. A crib, a crying baby is the reason he's a legendary Super Saiyan. I'm like, yeah, that's dog shit. But he's such a cool character. But that's so stupid.
No.
And then we also not gonna talk about the fact that, like, even after Dragon Ball Z's been around for 30?
About 30.
30-ish years.
Rest in peace to Toriyama.
Yeah.
30-ish. Yeah, rest in peace to Toriyama. But it's been around 30-ish years. Goku's been brought back to life multiple times, but the only one that can still train Gohan is his stepdaddy.
I mean,
Goku is the most deadbeat father in the entire anime universe.
I think the Kai's also trained Gohan as well. But the Goku was also trained by King Kai, the elder. Yeah, King Kai, then the elder Kais. I don't really know that line of who's top and who's bottom.
But out of any of them, though, even though it's not technically Dragon Ball, a bridge is still the best version of Dragon Ball.
It's
facts.
facts.
100%.
It's facts.
That shit is hilarious from start to finish.
It's crazy.
Why is he kicking me in the nuts?
He's kicking me in the nuts. Why did? And apparently the voice actor for Goku hates that. He hates.
Oh yeah.
He hates the bridge series.
I know I told you guys this, but for the viewers, if you didn't know this, if you guys remember Ed, and Eddie, the voice of Rolf is the voice of Goku for Dragon Ball Super. Look that up.
The son of a shepherd. A shepherd.
It was the wildest thing I ever fucking heard. And when I looked at that, I was like, no way.
And you know what? It makes sense too, because if you look back at Ed, and Eddie, Rolf was strong as shit and was out there hanging out with a bunch of idiots.
Every single time. Oh my god. Shout out my boy Johnny 2x4.
Rolf, what is that? It doesn't have to discipline. Do you live in a cave?
Oh my gosh.
So if just to be quick with Super, who do you guys think the most underrated character in Super, like of the main like people that they showed for Super, who do you think was the most underrated?
There's a lot of them.
My fault. Go ahead.
There's a lot of them in there though. Like it's hard to just pinpoint one.
I have.
See, like, because for me, and this is, you guys are gonna be like, well, that's a dumb answer. I'm gonna say Jiren.
I mean, Jiren is essentially, I wouldn't say he's underrated. He's kind of the main fucking
I think
villain.
he's still fairly new though.
Not even a bad guy though. His whole thing, he's just the strongest fighter from that universe. He wasn't technically a villain, and he's underrated because of the fact that, like, yeah, he's strong, he's a great fighter, but like, that's what he was bred to be. He was a fighter. He wasn't meant to be anything else. So like,
I mean,
his whole goal in that point in time was just to win the tournament. Like, I think that like
there was actually something more than that. His goal was absolute justice by any means, whether right or wrong. Justice is his boom. Imagine like
so he's like Judge Dredd.
No. Imagine All Might of just justice is justice, but a little bit more psychotic in the head because his form of justice has no flaws at all. Whether it be sacrificing whoever, even his own, even his own teammate. If you look back in Super, the way he treated his teammate afterwards, and like he really just stood there, he was like, "My Lord Jiren, you're right," type of energy, and he was like, "What a fool!" And then he's like taking on everybody after that. Justice was his thing, but I feel like that was. I feel like that's a giant flaw you put on characters when you have that type of trope, because it's a real tricky slope with a lot of things.
Yeah.
So
Oh no, I gotta say honestly, if I'm gonna say somebody was the most underrated in the entire Super series, it had to have been Hit.
I'm a big fan of Hit personally.
Hit is awesome. I loved it. I even in Sparking Zero, which by the way, I'm still gonna kick your ass in that.
I'm sorry, but I was asleep.
Yeah, you're gonna be asleep after I'm done with you. Hit is in the game. He's such a great character.
I personally, throughout the entire series, and I have two characters that feel underrated to me, but I wish they would do more for, because I feel like they can. Tien and Krillin. Krillin, they keep his role is just be this whiny motherfucker, and then after that, he'll like get the balls. After that, but I feel like there's so much you can keep doing with that character. It's the same thing when they keep playing Goku as an idiot. We know he's not an idiot. At this point, he's just playing dumb. I feel like there's something you can do to give, that tap into a different energy, maybe like a spiritual energy, or like how Goku does a spirit bomb. What if Krillin could tap into like a spirit energy or spiritual energy to tap into like another way of strength to be uncompatible? Because I feel like if they're humans, Krillin's supposed to be the strongest human. Point blank period. Krillin's the strongest human. After him, Tien. If not Tien, maybe Master Roshi. But Yamcha, trash can. Anyways,
Yamcha, man,
not even in
Poor
the
Yamcha. Poor fucking Yamcha.
You know what? I gotta retract my previous statement. Yamcha had his cheeks clapped more than anybody in the Dragon Ball universe.
That man has the best of deaths I have ever seen.
I had a dead Yamcha Funko Pop. That was my favorite fucking
That's
thing. My man
crazy.
was slumped on the ground, curled up in the ball.
Wait, is that the one that I have here?
I think so. I think you still got it there.
Oh.
That's just funny as hell. My man is just slumped in the ground.
No, you should put that in the room. Just have that in the background.
I'll probably put that like there on the wall. Just put like a couple of them up.
Oh no, that would be fire.
Yeah,
Some Funko Pops
of
would be
them.
fire. I like the Funko Pops. I just don't have
I
anywhere
have so
to.
many of them.
I
can't keep
he
up.
brought an entire. I used a couple of his like extra ones as like target practice because he had.
We did. We took him outside and shot him. But no, he's got. I left a box of them there. There's like probably 30 fucking Dragon Ball Z ones in there because that's all I collected was the whole Dragon Ball Z line.
There's a couple in there that are expensive.
There's a few of them yet.
So aside from Dragon Ball, because that's generally what we all grew up watching. What's some of your guys' favorite animes? Whether it's from back then, current day, whatever.
I'll tell you right now. As I grew up watching a whole bunch of anime as a kid. So for me, after I got from my youth till now, I can honestly give you a top 5 of anime that the people should watch and my favorite. My favorite anime of all time is Fooly Cooly. For those who haven't watched that, please. That is my favorite anime. They have a guitar. So the premise of their weapon is the fact that Mechanica is trying to smooth out the wrinkles of the world, or basically mind control the entire world by using a child's brain as a catalyst, because the consensus of everything is stupid, but the reality of the show is teaching a lesson about growing up and how that means absolutely nothing.
Right.
So the weapon of choice for the character of Haruko, the girl with the pink hair, is a bass guitar, which is sick. I really always wanted that guitar. But now after in the episodes, I don't want to spoil too much. I really want people to watch this. He gets a weapon out of his head. It's also a guitar, but it's like an old school guitar. I don't know what era, but I think it's an electric guitar, and that's how they battle with not just a sing-along movie. It's nothing like that. None of that sing-along movie bull crap. But they actually fight each other with guitars and a giant robot named Conti. So it's a show that you had to watch on Toonami, because Toonami was our shit. It was our show. If you didn't watch Toonamis on Saturday nights, you would watch your 4Kids TV in the morning.
Was so goated. I remember was the first anime I saw front to back. Every episode was Code Lyoko.
Code Lyoko was a banger back then.
It was a French anime, if you didn't know that.
Yes, very much a French anime, which is weird because when you really think about it, a lot of our anime and stuff or other shows came from just other countries, and they just put it in English. We have so many Canadian TV shows, and we just never knew. I think, isn't Uncle Grandpa a Canadian show?
A majority of Cartoon Network shows are Canadian. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if Regular Show was Canadian.
I believe it was.
I think that one was Clarence, I believe, is a Canadian one. Like, there's quite a few on that channel that are Canadian, like either by Canadian writers and storytellers or whatever the case is.
But them boys were cooking. Them people were cooking back there.
Shorzy is the greatest Canadian show of all time.
Letterkenny and Shorzy are.
I will put on Letterkenny as top 10 greatest white TV shows I've ever seen in my life. That's up there. That's oh my god! I do so many quotes on that show. That show is so good.
One of my favorites. I constantly all day at work. Give your balls a tug.
Fuck you, Shorzy. Fuck you, you damn cunt. I use your mom as a. I can't say it. Your mom was giving me a blowjob in the back while she tugged my ball sack from the back. Fuck you, Shorzy. Oh my god.
Fuck you, Jonesy. Your mom squirted so hard last night that shit landed in my fish tank and threw off the pH balance.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness, bro.
You let the water come up my nose, you motherfucker.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, fucking,
But back onto the anime.
I also want to add on to your list, because I kind of, maybe we can go in a circle with this. So you said Fooly Cooly. I'm going to say in my opinion, the best story told anime is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because not only is it my personal favorite, I think it's the absolute best storytelling anime.
It's perfect front to back. I will 100% say that. To me, it is perfect front to back.
And it has some of the best character development, even among the villains. Like, so many characters have such a great development in that show.
Oh yeah,
and it's just.
Who was your favorite character?
Oh, like, I swear to fucking God, we're not talking about Shao Tucker. Stop fucking bringing his name up. No, my personal favorite's probably Colonel Mustang.
Colonel Mustang's a goat. He's goated. He's top 5. He's definitely top 5 in the entire show.
He is so. Oh God, his snap that he has when he thinks that his lieutenant gets hurt and he snaps on Envy is like peak. That was so fucking awesome.
I replayed that scene just so many times back. Like just like I love the way they drew his character. You could like this is the one thing I enjoy when it comes to an animated character. When you're truly mad, your veins will pop. When you're at that brink of pissed off, and I don't see that, the passion that they drew in his character, and like the way the eyes just dilate and is just really small with anger, is that attention to detail that I really enjoy about Full Metal Alchemist when it comes to that character artistry.
I would say like him, and then if you also look at like some of the villains, Greed was another one of my favorites because
Same.
Greed went just being like that, like really pompous kind of dude, and then he like turns around and he's like one of the only homunculi that actually like help because he understands that he's being used and he wants the power for himself,
Right.
but he realizes that like he's not going to get the power, so he help, and that's a huge thing because Wrath obviously put everything together. Pride, nobody saw Pride, but he was pulling the strings for everything, and you see him at the very end. Like everything was just so well put together that and then you've got I can't remember his name. The guy with the
Sloth.
no.
The fat one.
No, it was the Ishval guy.
Oh, Scar.
Scar, yeah.
Scar was my favorite. He had the toughest tattoo I've ever seen when it comes to. I always wanted that tattoo. I always wanted that tattoo. I just didn't know how the completion would look.
I like that character that they ripped off from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, on his face?
No, the one they ripped off from Dragon Ball Z. You know, the fusion character.
You have to show me a picture, brother.
Are you talking about the tattoo on his face, though?
No, I'm talking about the dog and the girl.
Brother Edward.
These are the moments where I wish I fucking just. Gotta hate you.
Oh my god. Okay, honestly, I really feel also another good thing about anime is well, not this anime, this Brotherhood or just Full Metal Alchemist.
It's so emotional.
It's an emotional roller coaster. Like you feel the despair of characters, and they are not afraid to kill your favorite character when they.
Especially like the very beginning, like them talking about their mom. Like, I was like, damn, this is really pulling on my heartstrings. Like the first time I watched it, and then even the fifth time through I watched it, I'm like, damn, this is really pulling on my heartstrings right now.
Like, okay, so when it came to Full Metal Alchemist was actually my first, because I was reading it during high school when I was in my home state. So they had the books, and you can rent out the manga in the library. It was the first manga I rented. I guess you could say rented out when it comes to a high school library. I was renting out because I never read manga before. I know about the anime. I just didn't read it. I read over 60. They had 60. I think it was 60 chapters or 40 chapters of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood at school. I read all the books. I was so hooked that I started reading more. I was reading some stuff I know for a fact they should not have had in that school. there was some stuff that was borderline porn.
Oh, John, I don't know if you've seen this one. This is all like this next anime I'm got the list, and Full Metal Alchemist are like my two favorites. This next one is my favorite because of the art style. Gee, I feel like you know what I'm about to list off.
I got no clue.
You said art style?
The art style.
Art style.
What is my? I've told you about this one. What is one of my personal favorites I like because of the art style?
Damn. What is this?
Because you've also seen it. You said it's one of your favorites too.
What's the first? What's the start with? What's the first one?
An S.
An S. Damn. I hate the fact that I'm going. Is it one of the top 3 animes?
I would put it in. I mean, I personally would put it in top 3, but it probably
But
wouldn't
it's not
be
the
in
big
like
3. One Piece,
No.
Bleach, Naruto. Okay. Dang. Oh, Don's playing Apex.
I do not. I don't want to hear any of that from him.
Dang. Starts with an S? It's not Saint Seiya. I don't think you've ever seen that shit.
No.
What is it?
It's one of my. It's Soul Eater.
Oh, snap! I forgot. I couldn't think
I think
about
Soul
it.
Eater. I think Soul Eater is one of the best, like, artistic, like, art directional kind of animes that there is.
I think Soul Eater is probably the most childlike anime that you can watch and let a kid watch it and be okay. That's really dark.
It's dark as fuck.
It's dark as fuck. But here's a cool thing about that. Okay. Here's what I like about Soul Eater. A lot of anime does too much fan fiction for me, and I don't care about all that. If the story's good, I don't need fan fiction. Or fanfare, excuse me. They did fanfare, I think, one time. One time of fanfare in the anime. And it was the cat girl versus some mice, and they just had big jugs. So they did that fight. That was it.
Oh, yeah.
That was the only type of fan. And it didn't even need it. I think
it was Blair the Witch.
Yeah. Fire.
Yeah, the one that turned into the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love her. I love her
If you
character.
dress like that, I'll pay your bills. Anyways,
Axe.
All right, I'm gonna go shopping real quick.
brother, go eat,
Look.
go eat.
Bill's
If you saw the anime, you'd know exactly what we're talking about.
Some shit.
It was pretty top tier.
It was in there. I ain't ashamed. And
I'm not gonna say anything negative about it.
because my favorite anime is Bleach, and we got big titties everywhere. We're not good people, but Kubo be drawing them.
We're gonna talk about like some of the best fucking art styles. So you can't fucking forget about Attack on Titan.
I was gonna.
Attack on Titan has like the best memes.
It's definitely best art style for the type of anime that it is, in my opinion, is Demon Slayer. I like the art direction that they put in Demon Slayer. That shit was gas.
Would you say is best anime in the last 10 years?
I would say it's the best animation that we've seen in the last 5.
I'll give that to you. Even though Jujutsu Kaisen
in the last like 10 years, I mean, you got Black Clover, you've got Jujutsu Kaisen, you've got Attack on Titan, you've got 7 Deadly Sins, which their art direction's not like insane, but like if you look at the way that they go about like the world and like certain characters and shit like that, it's nutty.
Yeah.
But you also look at like what they do with I'm blanking here.
Use your words.
I just said it.
Character building?
No, anime. I can't think of it. No, Demon Slayer. Okay. If you look at what they did with that, like, you have them, you just show, like, the destruction, like, them breaking down fucking walls, destroying shit, and it's all pretty crystal. Like, it's not skimped on.
I think
that's pretty impressive.
I think what differentiates Soul Eater from a lot of anime, I put it up there with Full Metal Alchemist in terms of story, because there's still some story missing from the manga, but in terms of this animation, it's up there for me. It is up there for me. Like it is, and this is how you know it's a good anime. If I can watch it one time, remember everything, and I would go back and watch it, but I know I don't need to because it's that good. Because personally, for me, and this is the one that I don't like about my way of thinking about anime. Some anime is so perfect, you watch it just one time, you got everything, and then that's it. You don't really go back for it. So Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and Soul Eater is one of those ones for me that truly is. I feel like it's perfect of an anime. It doesn't need anything else. If it did get anything else, maybe just a higher animation style. But then again, I don't want it because I don't like the way that we're redoing a lot of anime now, and it's getting like this pretty look, and I'm like, I don't like it because if it takes away that grungy feeling from back in the day.
If they were to redo it, I think they would botch it.
I hated every fucking thing about the fucking art style of Super.
Say
It was a little way too like overdone.
So
what they-
for like the show itself, it wasn't bad, but the fucking movies were god awful. They changed the animation from the movies to the thing, but like God,
like
the movie
superhero
animation was
superhero.
horrible.
The superheroes movie animation was kind of. I mean, it looked cool, but when you look at like, especially if you look at like an animation standpoint, it's so like actually overdone.
It's too polished. It doesn't feel like it's an animated art. Like
No, it feels
anime
like
is supposed to be
you're watching
animated.
something from like Pixar.
yeah, it's too much Disney style anime artwork.
Yeah, it's like it's too American like American style, not like sticking traditionally Japanese.
I don't think.
Didn't you just say? Weren't you just saying last night you got into Black Clover, or you started watching it?
I watched the movie. I think it was a Black Clover movie.
I didn't know they had a movie.
I think it was a movie. Hang on. There was one that I watched with Cody, and it had,
Because I know Cody loves. He's told me all the time to go watch that. I just never sat down and watched it.
Black
Yeah,
Clover's
so there
good.
was-
They just got shafted on animation.
there was a Black Clover movie called Sword of the Wizard King, and I watched it with Cody because he's like, "You can watch this with me. It has like zero of anything to do with the show. You're not gonna get anything spoiled for you." And I watched the movie. The movie was dope as shit, but I just haven't got to the show yet.
I've heard it's the same thing with Demon Slayer movie. Like you don't really. I mean, you should watch like some of the anime, but you don't have to watch like all the other arcs that lead up to the. If you watch like the first season or whatever it is of Demon Slayer, then watch the movie, then go back into it. It's pretty.
Isn't Demon Slayer the one with the little kid in the fucking black and green checkered
Poncho,
shirt?
yeah, the
Yeah.
black and green poncho, yeah, that's actually a good anime, dude.
I
I'm
haven't
telling
seen
you,
it,
I'm
but I
telling you,
know the
it's-
like. I
it's
can
very
picture
It did
in
really
my
popular
head.
with the kids. It's really popular
It's
with
very-
the kids.
It's very funny. I mean, it's also kind of sad, like when you see the main plot of like what they're doing. It's kind of sad because then they're just kind of like
'Cause it's not a new
Shit.
anime. It's not a new anime. It's been
it's
done
been
before.
around. It's been around for a while.
I feel like the success, because here's the thing when it comes to anime, it needs to do really well, toy wise. Same thing with like Power Rangers. Power Rangers sells toys. That's what makes them their money back. Hasbro games, stuff like that. They need those toy sales, costume sales, all that stuff. Demon Slayer did so good that kids are cosplaying as a character. For the person who originally made it, he had to make millions. Toei Animation probably went crazy if they were one making the toys, or whoever was their toy maker, whoever have you. I just know that was everywhere, to the point where I think they did really good in the box office as well for an animated movie. So it's toy sales help anime in more ways than one, and that right there, my ex girlfriend, her daughter was wearing like Tanjiro's, no, not Tanjiro's, Nezuko. She dressed up as Nezuko, and I'm like, these are kids in like elementary school. Like, just looking back at it, it was like, yo, stuff like this was not around for us. I'm happy for the kids. They get to enjoy the stuff that we were sometimes shunned for, and this is
We
just
could dress
popular for
up
them.
like the kids that try to dress up like Naruto characters got like bullied
Oh yeah,
like immensely because they dress up like it's like
shout out
there you got everybody dressed. Yeah,
No.
literally. Then you got people who
They got bullied because they ran around like jackasses with their arms behind.
They were
them.
Naruto runners. They were Naruto runners. They did do that. They did do that.
they still dressed up like Naruto characters though. So I mean,
Yeah.
it should still happen.
But now it's a fashion trend. Anime is a fashion trend now.
Yep.
And now it's like it's more
can't-
popular and accepted. And I love that for the kids. I do.
We
That's
got
like-
our asses beat.
But
We paved the way for kids to be able to have the anime they have today.
some of y'all were stuffed in lockers. I'll never forget. I was the one stuffed in the locker. I was the one stuffed in the locker. I'm just playing.
I almost got stuffed in a locker, but a completely unrelated reason.
Oh my god, they tried to stuff me in a locker. I was at a Catholic school. I went to my middle school was a Catholic school, and I think one of the guys tried to stuff me in a locker, but I was like an adolescent, this little demon of a kid. I punched him dead in his nose. I got suspended from school.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I also used to like I think this is Catholic school, but like they had like sisters, and I could write with both my hands, but you know writing with your left hand was seen as like the devil.
Oh yeah, they'd smack the shit out your hands
every time because I was writing with my left hand and my right hand, and I was writing in cursive. They did not like that.
Yeah, for some reason, it's always been instilled that if you were left-handed, you were a witch.
Yeah.
I've never understood that at all. Like that's always been something that's just kind of weird. But you can swing a sword left-handed, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's so awesome!"
Mm-hmm. Like my mom did. I think after a year, my mom took us out of that. Me and my sister at that school. My little brother was by himself across the street at the public school. We went over there.
Yeah, the where my high school was, so like literally a mile down the road was a Catholic school,
Nice.
and quite literally same street and everything. They weren't a bad school, but like kind of the same way. Like certain things were just like you couldn't do. It was frowned upon.
Oh yeah.
And then you come to our school and it was a public school and everybody's like, "This is so much better," and we're like, "No, no, it's not. No, it is not."
Pizza Friday was gas though. Pizza Friday was gas.
Yeah.
We had pizza
Yes.
every Friday.
What was your best? What was the best pizza? The ones they would buy from like Papa John's or the square pizzas?
Them
They had
fucking
them.
square pizzas, bro.
When I was at
went up
okay, so
I know.
like when I was at the Catholic school, they like Papa John's came and delivered us free pizza. So I guess they
Oh,
had something
shit.
going on. So we had like you were able to get 2 slices. I got like pepperoni and cheese
Yeah.
with the Catholic school pizza.
Same thing. It was same thing for us because
Yeah.
like my school, we had Papa John's up until my sophomore year, I think it was. And we started getting Romeos, which I don't know if Romeos is like down that way or not, but they're up around where I'm at. They're a pretty good pizza spot,
Oh, yeah.
but everybody's always saying like, "Oh, well, they're good. It's just their sauce is sweet." I'm like, "Yeah, they make their sauce like how Italy makes their sauce, dog.
Like, I'm
Italy makes a sweet sauce for the
what you want?
pizzas.
Sour sauce? Yo, get out of here, you freak.
You want lemon
want
heads
this-
in your sauce, like."
I went to school in Detroit. All we ever got was the square. The square.
Mm.
It wasn't until like I went to public school and I came back home because I used to live in Georgia. I was at a Catholic school at. When I come back home though, the breakfast pizza, the square breakfast pizza, boy,
Yep.
Growing up
I was
in Detroit, be like, pepperoni and crack pizza.
Everybody was a fatty back like, you gonna eat that? You gonna eat that? You sure? You want that? You sure?
That's me now. That's me still. I still ask people that shit.
Don't touch my pizza. Don't touch my pizza. I'll fight you.
Man,
I'll fight you
we
for my
tussling.
pizza.
We tussling.
Oh my
I
god.
stand on the ground that Chuck E. Cheese has the worst pizza on the entire fucking planet.
Chunky cheese.
Chunky cheese or Chuck E. Cheese?
I heard you say chunky cheese. I was
also
like,
heard
Chuck E.
Chunky
Cheese. Hey, the rat was fat as fuck anyways.
Bro, the Chuck E. Cheese pizza is like putting cardboard in your mouth and brushing your teeth with it. It tastes
Yep.
like actual cardboard. It's actually terrible. Don't sponsor us, please.
I just got like, you saying that gave me like nails on the chalkboard, but like at the same time, like brushing like the side piece, like the corrugated part of
Right.
cardboard against my teeth,
Mm-hmm.
and now I want to pull my teeth out.
It will whiten your teeth up though. You know that.
I'll sponsor Chuck E. Cheese to not come anywhere near this podcast. I will pay them to stay away.
I sponsor Chuck E. Cheese not to come.
Oh my god. Oh, ugh. Gross. You heard about the story with Chuck E. Cheese on how like people used to hide the animation, animatronics, and like lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
We started talking about Demon Slayer and got on to talking about high school pizza trips.
Look forward to that conversation on the next podcast. It's a Halloween special. We'll be talking about Chuck E. Cheese chunking your kids.
Jerking your chicken.
Oh, that's what it was. Chokey Cheese. Gotcha.
Chokey cheese.
Don't get your salad tossed with this one, folks.
That does no Chokey cheese sounds like a submissive like ball pit for e-girls.
That's BDSM to a full degree.
Exactly. That sounds like
Go to
that
that
sounds like
restaurant.
She puts the ball
sounds
with
like
the pink eye in your mouth and just tell you hold still.
it sounds like a fucking public sex dungeon.
Ugh. Yo, the stalls are next to each other. There's no line separating you from looking at that dude's junk.
The table, there's no bathrooms.
It's probably just like it's
Oh.
girls on a sign. So like when you look at it, it's magnifying glass, and you get to see. Is it really that small? I gotta show you. There's a bathroom stall. I think in like Italy, and when they use a bathroom, there are pictures of women up, and one of them is her looking at a magnifying glass to see it as he's peeing. I gotta show you. This is the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's
I
funny,
think you
though.
said me that.
I think I did. Instagram's a crazy place to be at night. Don't
Dude.
look at my FYP.
We're not getting back onto Instagram, dude. You sent me like so much fucking bullshit last night.
It was great.
I was like,
It was great.
what? I literally was wondering. I'm like, so is this what I do to him when I'm on TikTok?
Yes. My Instagram is undefeated. My Instagram is just undefeated, and I didn't do anything of it. I posted one anime visual Bleach, and my FYP went crazy with memes,
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking nuts.
and I went viral for it too. Wasn't even trying. I just enjoy the anime. But back to it though. My second
Worst anime?
my worst anime of all time.
Yeah. What do you think is the worst anime of all time?
Man.
Gintama. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for it. Gintama to me is trash.
I'm
Hunter
gonna-
x Hunter was
Now,
garbage.
that's crazy. That's a crazy take. Yo.
You're gonna
in the
hate my
comments-
take.
People in the comment section, ban him.
I'm gonna get crucified him for mine. Sword Art Online, all of it.
No, that's a good take. That shit is trash.
Yeah, that's.
Oh well, I appreciate your take,
That shit is
but I mean,
garbage.
still, I tried to watch like the first like couple episodes. A guy that I used to be friends with was like, "Yo, dude, you gotta watch this shit. It's so good." He's like,
He lied
"It's
to
like revolutionary." He was like, "What is it about?" He's like, it's an anime about video games, man." And I was like, "Oh,
a whole bunch of that.
okay, I guess I'll go check it out." I was like, this is the dumbest shit that I've ever blessed my fucking eyeballs with, and I wish I didn't.
The time I got reincarnated as a loser, that's what that shit is.
Exactly. Besides that,
I actually have a
I'm a-
question for y'all.
I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this one
Go
too.
for it.
I'm gonna say Naruto.
What?
Oh,
Nah,
you're out.
you're crazy. No, you're crazy.
I
on
just
that one.
I can't get behind a Naruto hype, dog. I
Look,
just can't.
I'm also probably gonna piss G off with this one, but I think One Piece is trash after what they said that the whole entire anime is nothing but filler to get to the actual show.
About
that-
like 700 episodes of are filler. Yes.
Okay, here's my thing. All right.
That's
So
that's been known.
in life, and I'll say this because there's never going to be another big three. Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece are always big three. Above those big three is Dragon Ball. But in terms of popularity, it was always between Naruto and Bleach for number one, and third place was always One Piece. So
Not Sailor Moon.
I don't put a Sailor Moon up there.
You wouldn't put Sailor Moon up there? Not even top 10?
It wasn't my stick, and I watched a lot of female stuff. Like I watched not just by myself, but with my sister too.
I was meaning that as like a general statement.
Oh
though, like,
no,
Sailor-
I don't, because I didn't really get into Sailor Moon like that, so I don't put it up there. If I didn't watch something, I can't put it up there. It's the same
that's-
thing that Kobe and LeBron conversation. That was not my era. I can't speak on it. So,
Yeah.
or if I didn't see it, I can't speak on it. But
Rest in peace, helicopter.
helicopter.
Crucify me for that. I don't care.
Oh,
Naruto can have its times. It does. But so there's a difference. I personally feel like you have to differentiate Naruto from Naruto Shippuden. That's the
No, which one?
Naruto was the younger one. Naruto was the better one. Naruto was
Shippuden
was
The
Toonami.
modern one.
Naruto
Okay.
was prime Toonami.
Yeah,
So
I mean it was solid, but fuck the whole Ninja War like arc was fucking flawless.
it was great. Everything was perfect all the way up to the Sasuke rescue arc when they had to go.
Isn't Sasuke the one that keeps getting his ass kicked?
Mm-mm.
Who's the one that keeps getting his ass kicked like almost the entire show? There's always
Sakura?
one.
Oh,
Maybe
The
that's
girl,
Sakura, she just runs around crying the whole time.
that sounds about right.
It was a whole bunch of that. Cause so like you had team, I think it was team 6 or team 7, whatever the fuck. It consists
Team
of
7.
thank you, team 7 consisting of Kakashi Hatake, Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto Uzumaki, and Sakura Harano, or whatever the hell. She don't matter. She don't matter. Those three really the only ones that matter. So, in that process, you had the entire plot was honestly felt like it was based off of Naruto being lonely, Sasuke being the only survivor of his clan. Also, I think Naruto was the only one of the Uzumaki clan left, and Sakura, who has a loving family, and Kakashi, who was basically lonely too because his daddy did. He saw no other family members. Sakura was the only one with actually a loving household family, so she really was not relatable as a character to any other three. Because those three characters was more relatable, so that's why people love those characters more, because they had actual true loss. That's why I feel like you can like relate to those characters, especially Naruto being the underdog, got it out the mud, was always fighting, had some of the best fight scenes he's an MC. He's your MC. That's someone's main character, and he is a great character. And his buildup of having a demon inside him and being shunned by his village is very relatable to a lot of people, because some people know what it is to feel shunned. Or when you come to Sasuke, when it comes to being the one that's shunning or always walking alone, that's someone that can be relatable, because you feel like you don't have anyone near you. There's no point in trusting anybody. But the only family he has is the one who killed his entire village, which we found out that it was all pre-planned, and he had to because the fourth Hokage told him to do it, because the Uchiha clan was going to revolt and basically slaughter the entire village.
Yep.
So
it was.
Yeah, go for it.
It was ass arcs.
So it was a good arc all the way to the Sasuke retrieval arc, which you got some of the greatest fight scenes after that from young kids who were trained to kill. So the movies were okay, but I think the one thing I had a problem with Naruto, the main thing is it didn't have good intros. It had maybe two or three good intros. Everything else was like, I can't remember it. It was kind of mid.
That's why I liked Full Metal Alchemist as much as I did, because they had really good intros and great outros.
To me, the best of the big three, Bleach had the best intros out of the big three.
See, that's still, I have never seen Bleach, like nothing on Bleach.
I'm gonna show you some Bleach. We're gonna watch Bleach.
Well, we got that game coming out next year that I told you about. It looks really fucking sick.
Which you'll be seeing on the channel, by the way.
You're gonna be seeing some Dragon Ball here soon too, because the only thing that we're missing for that video is me and this motherfucker beating the shit out of each other, and that's about it.
I gotta learn the teabag. Once I learn the teabag, it's over.
You're not gonna get a teabag off, dude. I'm gonna beat your ass.
I'm gonna teabag off you. I'm a gonna gun your cheeks away.
We will see.
How to teabag on Halo.
Same.
Classics only.
Because it's always amazing that's a game that invented teabagging.
And teabagging and the T-pose.
No, T-posing was
Wasn't
every other. It's like every game where you just glitched. No, I mean I mean Halo T-pose. Like, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that's one.
I think that's the most popular. Is because like if you don't T-pose with just Halo, you do the song with they're gonna do the T-pose. Which is just crazy, because I've never sat down and just listened to that. What is this, like an ODST?
Mm-mm.
What is it? Where did it start at? 1? It started in 1?
It started with 1. 2 had the best one, in my opinion. 2 had the best, like, actual theme. 3 was, like, more chill. But 2's the one that, like... 2's the one that had the, like, the electric guitar and shit. Like, especially at the end, whenever you're trying to get off the... Or... Was it 2? No. 3?
Mm-hmm.
Whichever one... I can't remember exactly which Halo game it was. But I remember it was on the Halo 2 soundtrack because I had that shit on my iPod, my fucking like 2007 iPod Nano, and
Classics only.
it had Halo 2, like it was from the Halo 2 game, but it was like a little bit more rocky, more metally, and I thought it was probably the best sounding Halo track, but I guess it wasn't the 2 because I don't remember it whenever I went through it.
Like before we get back on the anime thing, for me, Halo Reach was still my favorite. Halo Reach is my favorite.
Oh, Halo Reach is the best story out of all. Well, I as not canon to Master Chief, best story.
Yeah.
Then ODST.
Yes.
Because ODST is actually, I would say, the most underrated Halo game, besides probably 5.
Halo 2 had the best multiplayer, hands down.
I'm gonna debate you on that. I'm gonna say 3.
Nah, 2 is the classic.
3 had the best Halo campaign.
Probably, yeah.
I would say if they were to redo it like they did for 2, I would literally drop all my money on that game because 3 is my favorite campaign.
As much as I love playing Halo Infinite, that game is ass. It is straight ass.
Halo Infinite's just, I mean, it's not the worst. Like, it's not the worst game 343 could have put out, but the fact that a lot of stuff that they promised that still isn't in the game, or it's still like they're trying to figure out how to it's like, how do you make a Halo game and Forge isn't even part of it?
Yeah,
Forge is what created Halo.
The multiplayer is fun to play if you just want to play a fucking kickback, relaxed shooter. But
yeah,
man, that whole game as a whole was fucking ass.
The story was garbage. Now, I will say, I like the idea of having an open world concept. However, I would appreciate the open world aspect if it was level based, like it was in the original Halos, and you got to explore the kind of like how Metal Gear was. If you ever played Metal Gear Solid, like Metal Gear Solid, like you had a level, you had to get to the end, but the world was kind of open. Like you could go into buildings, you could go here, you could go wherever. Like in like at least up until 5, because 5 was the one that started open world. But you could go kind of wherever. You had more direction instead of just going and fighting and then going to the next area.
Assassin's Creed, the OG of open world.
I've played Assassin's Creed 1, and I've played a little bit of Brotherhood because it was at a friend's house.
Brotherhood's the best one.
I'm looking forward to the new one that's coming out in Japan. I would love to put that on the channel.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah.
Story-wise, Brotherhood was the best game.
Brotherhood had the best. I was debating that with 4 has, in my opinion, the best overall combat.
Black Flag, hands down. Fucking
yeah, Black Flag is the best combat. 3, in my opinion, as much as I love Brotherhood to death, because Brotherhood's entire story is the best out of Ezio.
They all out.
But Assassin's Creed 3, having taken part in the Revolutionary War, and just not only the setting, but like everything that goes with it, and it also the end of Desmond's like entire story. Yeah. I thought that was the best out of the stories, but that's me personally.
It was good. It was very good. I just don't like the way they ended it on a did he die, didn't he die, you don't know.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't huge on that either. That pissed me off.
Because who knows, they might get bored with the way the new games are going and turn around and be like, oh, he made it out of the vault.
Yeah, I mean, we'll never know for sure. It's just I want like Mirage. I did play Mirage for a little bit. Like I had a free trial for it, and they kind of did go back to like the way that, Ezio's like that era, the way that they played, and it felt nice. It was a different change of pace from playing like Odyssey and Valhalla, which Valhalla was the only like remotely good
boring.
appeal for Valhalla was the fact it was Vikings. Everything else about that game fucking sucked.
So boring. I was so disappointed. I was
It
waiting for
was
that
not.
game for a
It was.
year.
It was not. I was so excited, and then I played it. I'm like, this is really fucking boring. Like this is exactly like Odyssey was even more fun, and Odyssey had a lot more shit going on with it. And Odyssey was still boring, but like Odyssey's story was more captivating than that one. Anyways,
Yeah,
um,
anime. All right. So, who's your guys' most overpowered fucking villain in any anime you've ever watched?
Aizen.
Huh?
Aizen
Isaac
from Bleach.
from Bleach.
A character whose power is supposed to be a water technique is hypnotizing the entire story of every character. And he still's not dead. They was like, look, we got to put you in this chair that we know is not really going to hold you. For, I think it was like, for 10,000 years. He was like, nah, I'm going to get out a little bit.
I still gotta go with fucking Shigaraki from My Hero Academia. Honestly, this man's entire power is decay. If he touches you, you turn to dust. How do you fight that? Like, this man puts his hands on you, you turn to dust.
Tupperware.
that's a good one though because I haven't watched a ton of anime because I got into anime like actually sitting down like the first time I ever watched Full Metal Alchemist was in 2017 is when I watched it all the way through. So like that's how new I am to watching a lot of anime now. But I don't know, man. I would say probably dude from Demon Slayer. I can never remember his name. G, help me out here.
From Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
Which one? The one that looks like Michael, the one that was doing the Michael Jackson thing?
The one that's literally turning everybody into demons. I can never remember what is his name.
Yeah.
It is Muzan Kibutsuji.
Ain't nobody gonna remember that name.
Does he got a shorter name? Oh, also known as Demon King. There you go. We'll go with Demon King because Uchibuchi Kamahara. What the fuck his name was?
Muzan Kibutsuji.
Yeah, that's shit. But no, fucking Shigaraki.
So this guy's overpowered as shit because he doesn't even have to like all he has to do is go like this and touch you and you turn into a demon. And it could be any demon. It's whatever he feels like making you.
Just
and that's it.
demon.
No, like there's like there was a part in the anime where he literally says like what is something that you want, and this person was like, oh, I just want to be able to be with. It was remember the spider scene with the forest. G.
Yeah.
So like her whole thing was she wanted to have a loving family. What does he do? He makes her the most powerful and makes the entire family like I mean, you wouldn't think that she was the most powerful until you get to the end. And the only thing that she wanted was to have a family that loved her. Mm-hmm. And he turned her into what she was into. And I was like, that's nuts. That's all she wanted. That was her desire, and she was the most powerful one out of all of them because that was her only thing that she wanted.
Facts.
It made no sense.
So then, who would be your favorite fucking anime villain of all time?
I thought we just answered that.
No, that was who's the most overpowered.
Oh, my favorite anime villain of all time?
Yep.
Favorite? Ooh.
I mean, dang, I should have. Because it's still Aizen for me. But if I had to give a secondary answer,
I have to say Ashura from Soul Eater.
I gotta go with Cell from Dragon Ball Z. That man had me fucking cracking up laughing through every second that he was
Cell
on
is
that shit.
the funniest motherfucker of like actual Dragon Ball. Besides, Goku being stupid, but when Goku's not being stupid, like Cell is definitely the funniest.
So like
Oh no, him or Frieza.
for me, more than anime, I grew up with fucking horror movies. Like that's my shit. I can go on about horror movies all day long. But
Holy
Freddy
special.
Krueger was always my favorite because that motherfucker was hilarious. Like he would kill you and have you laughing at the same time while you're watching that shit. And Cell was that character for me with Dragon Ball Z. Like he'd be whooping your ass and cracking one-liners while he was doing it. And that wasn't even a bridge. That was just the straight up show.
I guess if I had to say of all time, I guess I'd say Mark Hamill's Joker. Mark Hamill's Joker.
I mean, yeah, that is animated.
No. But
So we can consider that anime.
I mean,
Although
if you give
you're
me
not
okay,
wrong.
so
we
I
we
guess
don't leave Ash Ketchum out of this when he out there roasting the shit out of Misty for the entire series.
that's just an angsty child. Go back to school. Why are you out here in the wild playing with animals?
I would say favorite villain. I gotta think hard on it because I like Ashura a lot from Soul Eater, but also just
And I still like that dude from Full Metal Alchemist that mixed his dog with his daughter.
he's not even a villain.
That is the most heinous shit you can do. What the fuck?
You haven't seen all of Full Metal though. You've got to watch the whole thing, dude. Like that's like the fourth episode into.
I know. That's why I'm like, bro. This man went full exhibit on his kid. He said, "Yo, you like your dog? You like your daughter? Well, I mixed them together in one ride."
Let me see here, because I really gotta dig deep because like I want like my heart wants to say Frieza, but like
My man's G just sneezed his headphones clear off his head.
Oh man, sorry, it's cold. I'm getting over. Whew.
I don't know, dude. I'm so like, oh, there's just so many. Oh no, probably. I'd have to say, like, if you consider him a villain whenever he came through, probably Beerus.
I would say
Beerus.
Beerus is. Ooh, shit.
Beerus is.
I don't see him as a villain. I just see him as a
Beerus
character just looking for a challenge.
Beerus is the fucking Deadpool of the Dragon Ball Z world. Like he's not a hero, he's not a villain, he's just a little bit of both. Cause like he did train Goku and them to essentially save the universe during the whole fucking tournament.
Okay.
So like he's a not a great guy, but he's got good aspects. But in the same sense, that's the same with Vegeta. Vegeta is also an anti-hero.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I would have to say even probably out of everybody, Envy from Full Metal. Just because
Envy's a good character.
Envy was a very good character.
I think
Like,
personally, Envy probably has the best character development out of everybody.
I would just say Greed.
No, not Envy. It was no, it wasn't Liz. Yeah, it was Envy. I had to think about it. Yeah, Envy.
Envy was the one that gets burned. Greed was the one that gets killed by.
Liz also got burned as well.
Well, she died like really early on.
Yeah, but she also got burned.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Envy got almost like completely killed because Mustang almost just burned him to a crisp.
Yeah. But
go ahead.
I was
gonna say Greed was the one that I thought had the best because he actually did try to help, even though it was the fact that he was hellbound on trying to have all the power to himself.
Which show is this?
Wrath fucking kills him. I'm pretty sure it was Wrath that killed him. Either Wrath or Pride.
Gotcha.
Now,
Wrath or Pride. I can't remember. Which
Because
one
he
it was.
started listing off all these character names, and like I know there's
So
an anime called Seven
so
Deadly Sins, and I'm like,
so
that's the
here's
name
the
of all the Seven Deadly Sins.
seven deadly sins is everybody has a sin that's attached to them, but that's just the name that they're given. Like that's the
Yeah,
name
well,
of the
like
group.
when you started listing off the character names, I'm like, you're literally listing off the Seven Deadly Sins, and that's why I'm
Yeah,
like, oh
because
wait, are
that's
we talking about
they.
this anime?
So in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, all the main villains are homunculi, which they're essentially like human chimera, if you want to put it that way. And the way that they're named is they're named after all the seven deadly sins because every single one of them exhibits every aspect of sin.
Man,
So
the way he's explaining the way those characters work kind of sounds a lot like fucking Naruto, which in Jiu-Jitsu is like
No, that's not the same.
human chimeras.
It's not the same.
no, so these guys are literally created from like a certain very specific. Yeah, well, but he used the philosopher's stone.
His father was a
Did he use the
he
philosopher's
was
stone to make them?
he was father was created because I think Heimdall or whatever his Jaime or whatever the hell his name was, Elric's father
Yeah.
was created because he was a slave. So they created a homunculus, which in fact the homunculus taught their father how to read, write, do all this stuff. He also named him. So the process was, in order to gain eternal life, they sacrificed an entire country of people, and then in fact he died but got rebuilt, and he's immortal. So
Wasn't it Xerxes? Was the name of the place, right?
something like that. Well, we're gonna do
Something
a
like
fact
that.
check later, but that in turn created him, but afterwards he actually the homunculus turned into their father, like look for look, and then named himself, and then he went on to create his own everything. So he's been in control of the entire uh, alchemist program. I forgot the actual name of it. The state alchemist program. So it's a great story. I would highly recommend
It is.
anybody.
It is
It-
it is.
I'll
My
check it out.
opinion, it is the best anime story that has ever been devised.
I'll check it out for sure because there's a lot of things that you're saying that like sound like they're coming off of a lot of different historical.
No, it's
things.
Historical
I
endings, yes. There's
Yeah,
some
'cause,
history
like-
to it. Because I
Yeah,
think it's
'cause
based
she's,
in
like-
like Jerusalem. Like
Well,
No,
like,
era,
some of
no,
the-
like era, like sand and deserts and stuff like that, right?
Well, some
It's
of
based-
the things you're
so-
listing
no,
off
it's not.
come off
It's-
of,
it's
like Greek
based-
mythology.
It's so they've taken inspiration. It's technically the way that the anime, like the way that like everything's designed as far as cities and stuff go, and the way that besides the homunculi that the anime plays off of is almost like World War II Germany. Like I'm not even joking.
Well, not like the character names you were saying though, like Xerxes and shit like that.
No, Xerxes was a spot that got destroyed. There's only like a small remnant of that entire place, but it's because of Philosopher's Stone. Like the creation of Father destroyed the area. Ishval was a place that was destroyed during the war with the alchemists, because the country that has the alchemists, there were alchemists on the other side, but they were outmatched. So
Right.
they didn't really have a chance to really stand up to a country that has like hundreds of them.
And I actually just Googled this as well. The era, as in Full Metal Alchemist is set, is the European Industrial Revolution era.
Which would have been like 1900s.
Around there.
So around right before World War II.
I see. Apparently, it takes place in the 1910s.
Still right before World War One.
Yes.
Because Edward was born in 1899.
Really?
Yeah.
Eh,
So
Stop saying it like that.
that's pretty interesting. Nice fun fact check right there.
Yeah, but I might have to check that one out because it
Oh,
does
yeah.
sound interesting
Right.
to an extent. I just
Mhm.
got to get past
It
the
is.
damn dog
I've
thing.
got a tattoo planned for it. Anyways, I just don't know how I'm gonna implement it.
And I'm still laughing because, like, G's profile picture here is just half dog, half human.
Dog with a beard.
It looks
He's
like
light
half
skin
dog, half
facing.
human.
He's light skin facing. Light skin facing. But
Um,
before we go, people, I'm gonna give y'all a list of anime to check out for those who are interested. I actually have a list that I've written out for anime for those to try out, even for the people in the podcast to try out.
Put it off.
So, from top to bottom, no specific order. For the anime, I wish everyone would go try out, and then after they see it, comment below if you saw it or what you're seeing, or if you have some comments, if you have some suggestions for us to watch. From top to bottom, I have Black Lagoon. If you like gritty, hardcore shooting and killing with like some, honestly, it's a very old anime. They even killed some Nazis in there. That's up there. So if you like a chick with double pistols and killing people with a bad sailor mouth, you're gonna love this one.
okay.
My favorite anime as well. If you want to check it out, there's only 6 episodes. Fully
Fully
Coolly.
Coolly.
For those that are interested, also again is at this hardcore era of like just badass gun shooting, Gangsta. It never got finished, but for those who haven't seen it, it's some
That's literally what it's
that's some
called.
good Gangsta. Like it's literally called that. The main character is deaf, but he has a giant sword and can kill people. And he does like sign language when he fights. And his partner has an eye patch, and they're weirdly enough, they have a girl that sings in there, but she was, I think, a slave and a hooker at the same time, and they took her in.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah. For those who enjoy things like big brain political anime or stuff like that with a great internal story, Code Geass. If you've seen Death Note, you'll like
Code
Code Geass.
Great.
If you that's one of my top 5.
I forgot all about Death Note.
It's one of my top 5. Honestly, I prefer Code Geass more than I do Death Note, personally.
I forgot
After,
Death Note existed.
after that, another sleeper from back then. It also has a movie, Eden of the East. It's a very nice little sit down anime, and you can
Okay.
just watch it. You can probably binge it in one day, honestly. For a sleeper that people forgot about, but I never forget about, Air Gear. A lot of people have never seen Air Gear. That
Never heard of it.
the concept is rollerblades, right? But it's like power based. Like the main character was getting beat by a bunch of gangs and he shit himself. No, he pissed his
Hey,
pants.
yo.
He pissed his pants. So, but it was funny. He gets his ass beat and he gets back up. But he's not like the regular MC. He's not. He's more of like he was in a gang and stuff like that. And they called him Babyface. That's hard.
Same.
That's hard. So that's a great anime to check out. And for my last one, for you freaks of nature, for you disgusting degenerates, High School of the Dead. For those of you that are
Jesus
into that
Christ.
nasty shit. And
Jesus
zombies.
Christ. No.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's good. It never got finished because the author of the series unfortunately passed away due to illness.
Again, the only few that I have, and there's actually one that used to be on Netflix. I don't even know if it's still on there anymore. But my personal favorites, if you've never seen Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, again, go watch it. If you haven't seen Soul Eater, again, go check it out. Go watch it. Assassination Classroom only had 2 seasons, but it's a very, in my opinion, a very wholesome anime as far as like life lessons and shit that gets taught. It's kind of, it's school oriented, but trust me, it's a decent anime in my opinion. Knights of Sidonia is it's a really sci-fi anime. It's almost like Gundam and like a couple other animes. Like if you were to mash them together, and it's just like a weird culmination of like weird shit. It's really fun. It's actually a really nice anime. And then just because it's, it's popular, but it's also just great is, I'm going to say this because I like it. It's Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man is good.
If you like really bloody anime, it's right up your alley. And then just because it's funny as fuck, just because this one's funny as fuck is One Punch Man. And I'm going to leave it at that.
And they're coming out with season 3 too, so be prepared for
Are
that.
they really?
Yep, they've already announced it. Original Studio is picking them back up, so the animation is going to be
God.
prime.
Because I never finished season 2. I got like halfway through.
Because no one liked the
Ain't one-
animation.
Ain't One Punch Man the one that looks like the Avatar?
So he
Man,
looks
yeah.
like
Yeah, he looks like Avatar wearing a damn safety cone.
You know what the anime is literally supposed to be is a spoof of Dragon Ball.
Is
That's
pretty
literally-
something.
It's a spoof of Dragon Ball if everybody was superheroes.
Oh, yeah.
He's literally just supposed to like how how Goku thinks that he can take everybody. That's literally Saitama. He's just like, I can beat everybody in one hit. I mean that's literally his shtick. He can punch everybody once and they're done.
You should read the manga. The manga's fire. The anime,
The manga is fun.
the drawing that dude does, I don't remember his name, but the drawing is pristine drawing. It's some of the greatest artwork you will ever see in a manga. Like this dude, whoever this person is, that is drawing the artwork of One Punch Man, he's god tier. He's top tier. He gotta be making top dollar. Has to be. Matt Hannah, before we close out, you have anything you want to add to, bro?
I'm just gonna check out some of these ones y'all was talking about because
Yeah.
I don't watch that much anime.
I will say there's a lot out there.
There's a lot.
There's a lot to talk about. We might have a part 2 come in the future just because there's so much out there that we would need to talk about.
We might start also doing some anime review shorts for all those that are interested for short-term content. So we'll go through, watch them, get maybe some funny little videos, and we'll put it up on the channel in the shorts just for you all to watch.
And be sure to tune in next week. We are doing a special Halloween podcast.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about pretty much Halloween, everything that goes up in the month of October all the way to Halloween, and then what we remember, how it was for kids, and you guys will see.
Yes, sir.
It'll be fun.
Yes, sir. All right, folks. We are out. I am your host, the Apex Samurai, with my other 2 co-hosts.
I am Raging Raccoon.
And I'm a very tired old man.
Yes, sir. He is. You should see his bald head. We'll see you next time.